No, they're not your friends.
Surround yourself with people who are facilitating your development.
They hang in there with you through the good times and the bad times.
Friends, friends, friends. It's just one word, yet it sparks so much mixed feelings in people. For some, friends are the key to success. For others, it symbolizes growth. But for some, it's tied to betrayal. Why many of you have sworn never to trust friends again, vowing to keep yourselves? There are others that are actually living their best lives because they made the right friendship. Friendship is powerful. It's one of the few things that religious institutions, political leaders, parents, teachers, and even schools all agree. Think about it. You have probably heard stories from your parents telling you how friendship has shaped their lives, for better or for worse. Sure, sometimes they exaggerate their stories, making it look like a mountain when it is just something small. Well, friendship is a double-edged sword. It has the power to either push you towards greatness or pull you into a storm. So make sure you choose the right friends and choose wisely. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm Thank God Uket, and if you are new to this channel is all about personal development, content creation, creativity and storytelling, and overall building a life of your dreams. So if you like content like this, keep subscribed and turn on your notification for more amazing content. So quickly, before we jump into all of the hidden signs that you need to see to know that this person is not my friend and how to actually cut off with those people and move on with your life, let me quickly talk about something that is not talked about a lot when it comes to friendship. You know, when it comes to friendship, a lot of people actually think that the person they are with is the bad friend. Sometimes you might actually be the bad friend. And there are actually two things that you should take note of whenever you want to pick someone to be your friend. One is actually called seasonal relationship. There are certain people that comes into your life for specific purposes, and once they achieve those purposes, something just happens and they just disappear out of your life. It doesn't necessarily have to end in a fight, and make sure that your relationships do not always end in a fight, even if it has to do with your ex. Story for another day. But some people come into your life to offer specific help, and once they are done with that, they automatically move out. When they move out, don't try to bring them back. Now, the second one is actually called purpose-driven relationships. These are certain people that will stay with you through thick and thin. And one of the ways to identify those type of people is through the times where you have nothing, where you have no money. You find out that those people always come close to you. They always want to help. They always want to offer their help. Even if they don't have financial resources to support your career, to support your dream, they are always around you. They are always happy when you are happy. And they are always sad when you are sad. There are certain types of people like that. And personally, as a young man, I've identified those type of people in my life. And I identified them in 2021 when hell was let loose in my life. We'll talk about that story some other time on this channel. Now, this one is huge. Type it down in the comments. There must be someone in your circle of friends that always feels they are too busy or too occupied to respond to your calls or text. And whenever they respond with, "I'm sorry, I'm busy and I didn't have time to do this." And it's something that is perpetual. Now, what I want you to understand is that we all have 24 hours in a day. We are all busy with work or family. No one is more busier than the other person. Now, to strike a balance with what I'm trying to say is, if it comes up once in a while and they always try to make up for it, then that can be overlooked. But if it's becoming a habit, always trying to rub it off your face to make you look like you are not busy enough, please shun those kind of people, and shun them quickly, because those type of people will always make you feel inferior to them. And each time you are in a conversation with them, they always try to magnify this point that I am much more busier than you, and Sometimes you might actually be in a situation that suggests that you are not actually working and they are better off than you, maybe financially. And when they make those type of statements, it usually hits you in the soul. So what I want you to do is to cut off with those people. And how do you do that? Each time you message them and they do not respond, push back. Yeah, slowly push back, slowly push back, slowly push back, and let them go. There is nobody, I repeat, there is nobody that is too busy to talk to you during the day or 24-hour day. There is nobody. If you text someone or you call someone and they don't pick up immediately, do not be offended, but try to call them back and wait for the 24 hours. And if they do not call back, that person does not really care about you, because your friend will actually care about you. Where your treasure is where your heart will be. If you truly treasure that person and you honor that person and you love the person, definitely you will want to talk to them. I want you guys to indicate down in the comments, are you that friend, or do you have a friend that every time they bring up conversations, it's never about how to make money, how to know God, personal development, how to hit the gym, how to better your family? They never come up with reasonable things. They are always talking about things that have to do with self-preservation. Self-preservation in itself is not bad. Of course, no one wants to die untimely. But when self-preservation becomes the main focus of your friendship, you are heading in the wrong direction. If every time you and your friends gather together, it's all about going to the club, hooking up with the latest guy in town, buying the newest iPhone, hopping on the next boat cruise, or faking rich lifestyle just to attract the rich, then hear me clearly, you are in the wrong circle of friends. Godliness with contentment is great game. There is a very thin line between contentment and complacency. If you find yourself choosing to stay in the comfort of your bubble instead of stepping out, working hard, pushing yourself, you need to ask yourself a very important question. Are your friends encouraging you to grow, or are they holding you back? Because let me tell you for a fact, if your friends begin to make money and you are still stagnant, talking about the same thing every single day, one of those days you'll become obsolete to be in that circle of friends and they will naturally leave you. That is when you hear friends talk about that. Oh, we were friends together for 20 years. We were sleeping in one bedroom and now he's made a lot of money and he's no longer talking to me. Come on. Did you grow along with the person? I'm not saying you should compete with or become a rival. No, that's not what I'm talking about. There is an effort you need to put into your life that shows that you are serious with your life. You can't be stagnant from January to December and the next year again, January to December. It means you are doing something wrong. You need to cut up with them immediately, because they will one day throw you into big trouble. They will go outside and commit crime and your name will be included in it. Please. If you are always careful about your friends, what you tell them, the bad news, you are always telling them only the good stuff and not always all the good stuff, you have a bad friend and you have a toxic friend. Have you ever noticed a situation where you tell your friend the good news, instead of them celebrating the good news with you, they just say it as if nothing actually happened, and then they transition the whole issue to something that happened to them? I don't know if you've ever been in that kind of a situation. What I'm trying to explain is, let's say for example, something great just happened to you, and out of excitement, you are running off to go and just tell your friend, oh, this just happened, and I'm super grateful this happened. And you hear something like, okay, oh, that's good, but this thing also happened to me the other time, and that's why God has been blessing me, that. If you've ever been in that kind of situation, it sounds kind of okay, but you're actually dealing with a bad friend. Someone that cannot celebrate you for you, always trying to take the whole issue and make them look like me kind of situation. That person is not your friend. They might not be saying it directly to your face, but they are telling you with their actions. You know, friendship is not just always about what you say, it's what you do. Relationship is an action word. It's something you have to relate with people to be able to become their friend. So if someone is relating with you and you are seeing the red flags plain and clear, do not think that those red flags are just there and they will go away magically. Do not always look out for how someone treats you. Look out for how they treat other people. The person considers you a friend, and sometimes if you have a lot of money or maybe you are comfortable and they are benefiting from you, they might sometimes want to pretend around you, but in your absence, they will treat other people like trash. Now, I want to say this to the ladies that are watching this video. If you are a lady, please drop down in the comment section. Let me know that you are watching this by typing relationship, because I want to narrow this down to actually being in a relationship. If your guy is always judgmental about other ladies, always talking trash about them, always belittling every woman around, you are the next victim. I promise you that 100%. You might actually think that, oh, my guy is only giving me attention, he's not giving the same attention to other people. That person is actually very deadly. It's actually a red flag. And this thing also goes with my guys. If a lady is always friendly with you but never friends with your guys, something is wrong somewhere. I promise you that person is hiding under something else. And if you go ahead with that relationship, you will suffer for it. I promise you 100%. Now, hey, I'm not a relationship therapist, neither am I licensed to talk about relationship, but I have studied books, I've related with friends, I've also been in a relationship once before, and I know what it means, and I can tell you for a fact. If you are in friendship with someone and every time you correct them about something they did wrong, they never admit what they did was wrong. Instead, they bring up all the good things they've been doing and all how bad you have been. And it also depends on how you worded your correction to that person. So it's very important that even if you are correcting someone, you should correct them in love and not in hate. And the choice of words and your facial expression is going to reveal that. But all in all, what I'm trying to say is that each time you correct your friend, they always flare up, they curse you, they abuse you, then they remind you of all the good things they've been doing and how insensitive you have been to all of these things. You are in the wrong relationship. I promise you that person is not fit for you. If your friend gossips about other people to you, they will gossip you to other people. Please listen up. There is no perfect friend out there, and if you are also that bad friend, may God keep good friends away from you. Yeah, it's the truth, because if you are always gossiping about other people's business to your friend, it means that you will also gossip about that person to another person. And vice versa. If your friend is always gossiping about other people to you, you might actually think it's an act of love, but I promise you that is actually a red flag. That person is a gossiper, and what they do for a living is gossip. Your secret with that person is not safe. If you actually tell that person something secretive and you want the person to keep it secret, I promise you 100% that person is going to leak out that secret. And it's simple. It's in their habit. Their habit is something that has been with them since they were born. And an habit is not something you just stop overnight. So please, if the person is always gossiping about other people to you, or you are the one doing that same thing, you are a red flag and you need to work on yourself immediately. Overall, there is no perfect friend out there. All the points I just mentioned are things that if you notice are habits around the people that you care about, that you call your friends, it's time to walk away. If they exhibit this once or twice in their life, it is not a red flag. It is actually something that they just bring up, because every human being is a social being, and one thing that makes us social is that our habits are dynamic. Many things can actually influence our habits. It can be the environment, it can be work, it can be family. Many things can actually influence our behavior, and if this thing comes up one or twice in your relationship, it's actually okay. But if it is something that is perpetually happening and each time you talk about it, it keeps reoccurring, it's time to walk out of that relationship. Please walk out of it as quickly as possible. there is this thing that is constantly creeping into the lives of people in their 20s and 30s. I'm in my 20s, and I can tell you for a fact that most of us in our 20s are actually lonely. And the reason for that is we don't choose the right friends, or sometimes you choose the right friend and the person ends up betraying you, and you are thrown into the dark tunnel of loneliness. I made a video about how to get out of loneliness in your 20s or 30s, and I'll put it up on screen right now. See you guys in the next one.